Hello everyone, how are you all? Subscribe my channel Vijaya Manorama Tutorial. This is your educator G Vijaya Manorama. So we are discussing the chapter chemical reactions and equations. What are chemical reactions? What are chemical equations? We have discussed, and types of reactions I have started in the previous video, where we have discussed about the combination reaction and decomposition reaction. So today we are going to discuss displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation and reduction reaction. Okay, so all these reactions we are going to discuss with few examples. Okay, so अगर कोई भी doubts हो तो नीचे description box में my telegram link is given. You can join me there. You can ask your doubts in the comment section, or you can ask your doubts in the telegram channel also. फिर चलो. So I want to start with a positive note. You are the artist of your own life. Don't hand the paintbrush to anyone else. So create your charm in the world. Okay, so today's topic is displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation and reduction reaction. So first we are going to discuss displacement reaction. So if you see what is displacement reaction, yesterday we have discussed with the variables a and b, same like that only we can discuss a reaction in which an and a compound element they react to form a different substance by mutual exchange of atoms or group of atoms is called as displacement reaction. So here the mutual exchange of atoms and group of atoms it was taking place, so that gives a new product by displacing the element. When an element is displacing the another element from its respective compound of lower reactivity. So what is this reactivity? What is this reactivity series? That also I am going to discuss after this definition. So it is said to be the displacement reaction. So what is a displacement reaction? A reaction in which an element and a compound reacts to form a different substance by mutual exchange of atoms or group of atoms is called as displacement reaction. Okay, so here the example is given, zinc and hydrogen sulfide. So the new product which is formed, hydrogen and zinc sulfide, new product is formed. Okay, here another reaction also, here you can see copper sulfate and zinc. Copper sulfate, zinc, copper sulfate and iron, easy example which generally we discuss in the displacement reaction, because the immediate color change and all we find. So here I am taking see here iron nail and copper sulfate solution is given. Instead of copper sulfate, if I take zinc also, CuSO4 plus Zn gives rise to copper plus ZnSO4. So why this displacement is taking place, that we are going to discuss. So if we demonstrate here, the demonstration, this reaction is very important. So before learning the reactivity series, this experiment once I want to tell you, so that in the exam for 3 marks, if the experiment is asked, you can write it clearly. So you have to take a 10 ml of copper sulfate solution, okay, which is blue in color. And then we are going to place a iron nail in the solution, so that the nail is completely inside the solution. And then if you observe the change, you can find the change here. After some time it will be seen like this. So the blue color of the copper sulfate solution is fades away, and a red deposit of copper is formed on the nail. A red deposit here, if you see the color and here the color, a red deposit of copper is formed on the nail. So this experiment, how we write, CuSO4 plus iron gives rise to Cu plus FeSO4. So the ability of an element to displace another element from a compound is we can understand with this activity. we can understand with this activity. So the here what is happened here, copper sulfate, from copper sulfate iron also displaced copper, zinc also displaced copper. Why it is like this? So which one is highly reactive element, which one is least reactive element, based on that only generally displacement reaction takes place. The arrangement of elements in the decreasing order of their electropositive character is called the activity series of the elements. So what is that activity series and reactivity series? If you see reactivity series, okay, I am giving complete big reactivity series along with chromium, cadmium, cobalt, these all also included. So carefully you can take the screenshot here. Okay. Lithium, potassium, sodium, barium, strontium, okay, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, manganese, zinc, chromium, iron, cadmium, cobalt, nickel, tin, and lead. These all elements are most reactive. Metals more reactive than hydrogen. These are the metals which are more reactive than these are the elements which are more reactive than hydrogen. After this, hydrogen, antimony, copper, mercury, silver, platinum, and gold. So these are the elements which are metals less reactive than hydrogen. These are the elements which are less reactive than hydrogen. Okay, these metals are more reactive than hydrogen and these metals are less reactive than hydrogen. So here what happens, above the hydrogen whatever the elements are there, electropositive character, electropositive electropositive character decreases. Okay, when you go down here also decreasing chemical reactivity. So this is the reactivity series where all the elements were arranged in an order according to their reactivity. Okay, so here the reactivity, calcium is more electropositive than sodium but is less reactive than sodium. Okay, so what is the use of this reactivity series? If you see, a metal which occurs at the top of the activity series is more active since it can lose electrons readily and change into positive ion. That's why electropositive character it is decreasing. So thus a lithium occurring at the top of the series is the most active metal, and platinum occurring at the platinum, here is the platinum occurring at the bottom of the activity series, the least reactive metal. So the activity series is used to predict the displacement reaction in which one metal is displacing the another metal from the solution. Okay, so the metal in the activity series displaces a metal coming below in the activity series and not the ones which is above it. So above it whatever is there, that will not displace, it will displace the which is below that. Okay, so zinc is displacing, where is zinc? Zinc is here. Zinc can displace copper. Where is copper? Here is copper. That reaction which we have discussed in the previous slide, CuSO4 plus zinc gives rise to ZnSO4 plus copper. One more reaction you can see, silver nitrate AgNO3 plus copper. What will happen? Here you see copper and silver. Which one is reactive, copper or silver? Obviously copper. Copper will displace from its compound and it will form copper nitrate. Okay. Next, AgNO3 plus aluminium. Aluminium is above hydrogen only. Here the aluminium is, obviously it will displace silver. So what will happen? AlNO3 aluminium nitrate. Okay. So here it is Ag. Not balanced, 3Ag. Here it is 3Ag. Okay, so like this only the displacement reaction takes place. Okay, if but metals occurring below the hydrogen in the reactivity series, below the hydrogen whatever the metals are there in the reactivity series cannot displace hydrogen from acids also. So if you see the acidic reactions, H2SO4 plus zinc, it will form its ZnSO4 plus H2. It is possible to displace the hydrogen. Okay, above the hydrogen whatever the metals are there, it can displace. Another example, HCl plus Zn gives rise to ZnCl2 plus H2. Here it is 2. Okay, so here it is displacing hydrogen, but metals occurring below the hydrogen in the reactivity series cannot displace hydrogen from the acids. If silver plus HCl, no reaction. Okay, next, platinum plus HCl, no reaction. Copper, no reaction. Okay, so more electropositive metal displaces a less electropositive metal. It is also possible that a non-metal can displace another non-metal. Okay, in such a case, if you see more electronegative element will displace a less electronegative element in the case of non-metals. Okay, chalo, few more examples we can take. Non-metal displaces another non-metal. For example, KBr, potassium bromide plus chlorine. When it is reacting with chlorine, potassium chloride and bromine will form. Okay, it can displace KCl plus Br2. 2. Okay, non-metal can displace another non-metal. Next one is Ki plus Br2, potassium iodide and bromine, 2 KBr plus I2. Okay. Okay. So next, some other examples of displacement reaction: lead and copper chloride, lead chloride plus copper. Next one is Fe2O3 iron oxide plus aluminium gives rise to Al2O3 aluminum oxide and iron. Okay, some more examples also. So these all examples you can just copy and make a notes. After this chapter, one session I'll take with all the only reactions. Okay, So next come to the what is the next type of reaction. Here the examples are there. See some of the examples of displacement reaction, zinc and copper sulfate. You can take this screenshot. Aluminium and copper sulfate, aluminum and copper sulfate, when reacted, copper and aluminum sulfate is formed. Iron and copper sulfate, copper and iron sulfate is formed. Okay, lead and copper chloride, lead chloride and copper is formed. Calcium bromide, when it is reacting with silver nitrate, silver bromide and calcium nitrate is formed. Okay, so next come to the double displacement reaction. What is this double displacement reaction? If you see, a reaction in which two ionic compounds in a solution reacts to form two other compounds by mutual exchange. By mutual exchange of atoms or group of atoms, it is only called as double displacement. Okay, reactions in which there is an exchange of ions between the reactants are called as double displacement reaction. These double displacement reactions are also called as precipitation reactions, as two different compounds are forming in the product. So one is insoluble substance will form. That insoluble substance is only called as precipitate. Any reaction that produces a precipitate can be called as precipitation reaction. Okay, here the mutual exchange of atoms or group of atoms are taking place and forming a new compound. Okay, so double displacement reaction is also called as double decomposition or partner exchange reaction. It is also called as double decomposition reaction or partner exchange reaction. Okay, partner exchange reaction also it is called as, you can write it as like this: AB plus CD gives rise to AD plus BC. Okay, AD and BC. So in most of the double decomposition reactions, the reaction of two ionic compounds which lead to the formation of insoluble product which is called as precipitate. The product which is formed either AD or BC, one is precipitate which is insoluble in the products. Okay, so one will be in the form of liquid, one will be in insoluble form, that is only called as precipitate. So this precipitate is an insoluble product which is formed during the reaction of two ionic compounds which are formed in the aqueous solution. So the reaction in which one of the product of the reaction gets precipitated is called as precipitation reaction. Okay, any reaction that produces a precipitate is called as precipitation reaction. The insoluble product whichever is forming, it is called as precipitate. Okay, so here the arrow mark which will show to show that precipitate is formed. If I show the arrow like this, arrow showing down, means BC is the precipitate or BC is the insoluble substance which is formed during the reaction. Okay, so here silver chloride and silver nitrate and sodium chloride reaction, if you see, silver chloride is forming and sodium nitrate is formed. When aqueous solution of silver nitrate will be treated with aqueous solution of sodium chloride, the reaction took place and a solid AgCl. AgCl is in the form of solid which is a PPT, precipitate is formed. Sodium nitrate is the aqueous solution which will be formed. These two are both are aqueous only. See, these two are aqueous only, but the product whichever is formed, that is solid, precipitate and aqueous sodium nitrate it is forming. Okay, double decomposition reaction it is called as, or double displacement also it can be. So here in this reaction, ions are very fast reactions, ions which are, they react very fast and precipitate is forming immediately. Okay, immediately when you pour that, immediately you will find that precipitate, okay, as a product. If you take another example, we'll discuss few more examples in that. What is the first reaction which we have learned? NaCl plus silver nitrate gives rise to silver chloride plus sodium nitrate, right? Another reaction is, you can go with barium chloride and H2SO4, barium sulfate plus 2HCl it is formed. Okay, next, lead nitrate. This is very important reaction. Generally you get, because color change we observe in this. Lead 2 nitrate, aqueous solution of lead 2 nitrate and H2SO4. Okay, white precipitate of lead sulfate is formed here. White PPT is formed. Okay, precipitate, if you find the color then you can easily understand. And HNO3, okay, reaction which it is forming. Next one, very important reaction it is. Color change you find, that's fine immediately. Next one is copper sulfate plus hydrogen sulfide gives rise to copper sulfide plus H2SO4. Okay, then mercury chloride also you can, HgCl2 plus 2Ki gives rise to HgI2 plus KCl. Cl is 2, so here it is 2. One more reaction, copper sulfate and sodium hydroxide gives rise to copper hydroxide plus Na2SO4. But here it is not balanced. Na2 is there, here it is 2. Remaining all is okay. Okay, so now when aqueous solution of dilute hydrochloric acid, one more reaction we can see, dilute hydrochloric, this wait, I'll clear the screen so that I'll go for it. Aqueous solution of dilute hydrochloric acid is added to sodium carbonate, okay, Na2CO3 and 2HCl. what is formed? आप कमेंट सेक्शन, आप चैट बॉक्स में फटाफट से लिख सकते हो व्हाट इज फॉर्म्ड. हियर इट इज फॉर्मिंग NaCl plus H2CO3. okay, 2NaCl plus H2CO3. Here what happened, dilute hydrochloric acid is added to solid sodium carbonate. Okay, in this an effervescence of carbon dioxide gas is produced in this. Okay, carbon dioxide gas also produced. In this reaction, sodium carbonate is a base and HCl is an acid. Okay, HCl is an acid. So when base and acid are mixed, the exchange of ions takes place and a salt is formed. This is the neutralization reaction which we have already discussed in the lower classes. So it is called as acid base reaction or neutralization reaction. Okay, neutralization reaction. Okay, this, how it is forming neutralization reaction, H2CO3, it again changes into water and CO2. Okay, this only overall balanced equation if we write, that we'll get it as Na2CO3 plus 2HCl gives rise to 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Okay, so here this is a neutralization reaction. Sodium carbonate is a base and HCl is an acid. When they are reacted, Salt is from sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Brisk effervescence you can find. Okay, effervescence of carbon dioxide gas you can find. So some more neutralization reactions also let me tell you. If you know anything else you can write. Okay. Some rea- neutralization reactions are, which type of reactions you can write? MgO plus H2SO4, irreversible reactions. Neutralization reactions are irreversible reactions, MgSO4 and H2O. Okay, all neutralization reactions are irreversible reactions. The chemical reaction in which the products are not capable to react and get back the reactants. Okay, so that's why it is called as irreversible reaction. Okay, so NaOH, if you see, NaOH plus HCl gives rise to NaCl plus H2O, right? One more, KOH. Na, if I write K will feel bad, so K also we have to. KOH plus H2SO4 gives rise to K2SO4 plus 2H2O. Okay. These type of reactions, when you write in the exam, they give like with the variables like M, Q, R. By giving with letters you have to identify what is the product. Suppose for example, if you see a metal rod M, okay, is placed in an aqueous solution of lead nitrate. Okay, aqueous solution of lead nitrate. So it is observed that after some time a thin layer of lead get deposited on M. Okay, lead get deposited on M. So which is more reactive, lead or M? Which one is more? Which is more reactive? बता दो इसका आंसर कमेंट सेक्शन में या चैट बॉक्स में. Which one is more reactive? Which type of reaction it is? It is a displacement reaction. Which reaction it is? It is a displacement reaction. In this reaction, less reactive metal gets displaced by the more reactive metal. As lead is displaced from its ionic solution, lead is less reactive, right? Lead is less reactive and M is more reactive, right? M is more reactive. Such type of questions you will get. We will discuss more such type of questions after this chapter. Okay, so here the precipitation reaction you can see, a precipitation reaction in which is also a double displacement reaction. So solution containing silver and nitrate ion, solution of containing potassium and chromium oxide ions. So mixture containing potassium nitrate in the solution and an insoluble solid which is formed Ag2CrO4. Okay, silver chromate. Chalo. Next is oxidation and reduction reaction. Oxidation and reduction reaction. What is oxidation and what is reduction reaction? If a substance gains oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be oxidized. Okay. Oxidation and reduction reactions, which we are going to discuss now, a process which involves, okay, a substance which gains oxygen means a process which involves addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Okay, that is only called as oxidation reaction. So a process in which oxidation means, what is oxidation reaction? Involves addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Okay, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called as oxidation reaction. So addition of oxygen, okay, addition of oxygen, if you see, C plus O2 gives rise to CO2. Sulfur if you burn, S plus O2 gives rise to SO2. Phosphorus if you P4 plus O2 gives rise to P4O10. So here the balancing is needed 5. Okay, so burning of magnesium, Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO. Rusting of iron also oxidation reaction only, Fe plus O2 plus X number of H2O. Rusting, no, here this also we need to balance. Fe2O3 dot X, how many number of water molecules, because from moisture, no, so that we don't know. So O2 3 are there, here 4 3 match. Okay, painted iron does not rust. Okay, this is the rusting process. So if you paint the iron pieces, it will not get rust, because the paint obstruct the iron to come in contact with the oxygen and moisture, and as a result of that, iron cannot react with oxygen and air to form the rust. Okay, so all combustion reactions which occur due to the oxidation of substances in the presence of air, these all comes under oxidation only. Burning is the production of heat and light by combustion of a substance. Burning requires the presence of air. Okay, so in this, if you see, in all the combustion reactions, heat is generated. In all the combustion reactions, what happened? Heat generated. If heat is generated, which type of reaction? It is exothermic reaction. It is exothermic reaction. Okay, if heat is absorbed, endothermic reaction, right? So when we see a flame, substances burns because of the burning. Okay, that is exothermic reaction. Exothermic oxidation reaction also we can say, because heat and light is produced. Okay, that is also carbon only. So C plus O2, CO2 plus heat also you can write. Okay, so next one is removal of hydrogen. Now removal of hydrogen, we will see few examples. Removal of hydrogen. Okay, removal of hydrogen from compounds, if you see, containing hydrogen leads to the hydrogen bromide and sulfur. If you see, H2S plus Br2 gives rise to HBr plus S. It is 2. Removal of hydrogen from H2S, this is also oxidation reaction. Next come to the hydrochloric acid. This is also another reaction which you can see as an oxidation reaction. Manganese oxide gives rise to when heat is produced. Okay, manganese chloride plus H2O plus Cl2. Here also hydrogen is removed from its acidic nature, HCl. Okay, removal of hydrogen from HCl. Okay, hydrogen is removed from hydrochloric acid, that's why it is an oxidation reaction. So reduction, what is reduction process? If we see, a process which involves removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, that is called as reduction reaction. So removal of oxygen, here this is oxidation process which we have learned. Now next one is reduction. What is a reduction? What is reduction? Removal of removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, right? Addition of hydrogen. These two also, removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, is called as reduction process. Here few example, if we see CuO plus H2, heat, if it is heated, Cu plus H2O. Okay, removal of oxygen from CuO. Okay, next one is Fe2O3 plus CO, carbon monoxide, when it is also heated, Fe plus CO2, it is not balanced, 2 Fe, 3. Okay, here also 3. Then only oxygen will be balanced, right? So what happened here? Reduction, removal of oxygen from Fe2CO3, removal of oxygen, right? Removal of oxygen took place. So reduction of manganese, another example you can see, MnO2 plus aluminum gives rise to Mn plus Al2O3. Al2 is there. Okay, so here also removal of oxygen from manganese oxide taken place, that is only called as reduction reaction. So these are about oxidation and reduction reaction. If a substance gains oxygen or loses hydrogen during a reaction, it is oxidized, and if a substance loses oxygen or gains hydrogen during a reaction, it is reduced. So these are oxidation and reduction reactions. Here few of the redox reactions, reduction and oxidation both. Okay, so these are few examples like sodium and chlorine reaction, sodium and oxygen, sodium and sulfur. Okay, these are redox reactions. Example, methane and oxygen, reducing CO2 and water is formed, oxidation reaction, everything. Next is oxidizing and reducing agents are also there, so that also we will discuss. Oxidizing agent, what is oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent, a substance which cause addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen from other substance is called as oxidizing agent. The substance which helped in the oxidation process. Okay, so C plus O2, carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide and oxygen. Here the oxygen is the oxidizing agent. Okay, C plus O2, CO2. Okay, carbon is oxidized. How the carbon is oxidized? Carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide and oxygen is the oxidizing agent. Okay, next another reaction, if you see H2S plus Cl2, what is oxidizing agent? फटाफट से इसका आंसर चैट बॉक्स में लिख दो. What is called as oxidizing agent here? Chlorine is the oxidizing agent. Hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to hydrochloric acid. Okay, here chlorine is the oxidizing agent. Next one is reducing agent. Next one is called as reducing agent. What is reducing agent? A substance which causes the addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen from other substance, that is called as oxidizing agent. Sorry, reducing agent. If you see magnesium oxide plus carbon, if it is heated, magnesium and carbon monoxide is formed. So magnesium oxide is reduced to magnesium metal and carbon is reduced, carbon is reducing agent. Okay, so magnesium oxide is reduced to magnesium metal and carbon is the reducing agent. Okay, another reaction, if you see Cl2 plus H2S gives rise to HCl plus S. chlorine is reduced to hydrochloric acid, and hydrogen sulfide is the reducing agent, since it is able to add hydrogen to chlorine. As it was able to add hydrogen and chlorine, that's why hydrogen sulfide is the reducing agent. Okay, so reaction in which oxidation and reduction both takes place simultaneously is called as oxidation reduction or redox reaction, which already we have seen there. So CuO plus H2 gives rise to Cu plus H2O, means here the oxidation took place and here the reduction took place. So which type of reaction it is? Redox reaction. Okay, so now can you tell what are the differences between oxidation and reduction? So oxidation is a chemical reaction which involves addition of oxygen or any another electronegative atom or ion to any substance. Here if you see, electronegative atom or ion to a substance. Whereas reduction is a chemical reaction which involves in the removal of oxygen or any another electronegative atom or ion from the substance. Understand? Here oxidized donor, reduced is receptor. Okay, so next point is oxidation is a chemical reaction which involves in the removal of hydrogen, or any another electropositive atom or ion from the substance. Whereas reduction is a chemical reaction which involves in the addition of hydrogen or any another electropositive atom or ion in the substance. Such type of reactions are oxidation and reduction reaction. So this oxidation and oxidation reactions which we see in our daily life, they are only corrosion, rusting of iron and all. Okay, so when a metal is attacked by substances around it such as moisture, acids which are present in the atmosphere, it damages, it forms a brownish layer, reddish brownish flakes layers are formed. That is called as corrosion. Though so the black coating on silver and the green coating on copper which we find, those all are the examples of corrosions. Okay, so what are the conditions necessary for the occurrence of corrosion? Can you tell? Presence of oxygen, presence of oxygen, presence of moisture, water vapor. These two, if they are present, the corrosion process continues. So the rate of corrosion is influenced with 5 factors. What are those 5 factors? Purity of the metal, electropositive nature of the metal, presence of reactive gases in the atmosphere, and presence of salts in the water, and temperature. These are the 5 factors which influence the rate of corrosion. How fast it takes place, how slow it takes place, these all things are depending. So corrosion causes damage of car bodies, bridges, iron railings, ships and all the objects which are made up of metals, especially those of iron. Generally we find this as a serious problem. So what are the conditions necessary for rusting? Rusting is the another. Presence of air and presence of moisture. If these two are present, rusting of iron takes place. So rusting of iron, so that also, if the rusting process also accelerates, that is also due to the presence of reactive gases, acid rains and all when it falls, no, which contains carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, hydrochloric acids, ammonia, these all which are present in the atmosphere, these all are very much reactive gases which comes in the form of rain as a acid rain, that also harms the iron material. Okay, which forms the rusting. Okay, rust, which it forms a brown flaky substances, reddish brown flaky substances. And presence of salts in the water also leads to the rusting. Presence of less electropositive metals as an impurities in the iron also increases the rate of rusting. So next one is rancidity. When fats and oils are oxidized, they become rancid. Okay, they become rancid. That is only called as, and the smell and taste also changes. That process is only called as rancidity. The oxidative deterioration of oils and fats which leads to the striking stinking smell or tasting like rank stale fat is called as rancidity. Okay, so light and heat start the oxidation process in the fats and oil. By the formation of peroxide, free radicals are formed. What are the free radicals which it forms? It shows like this. Okay, free radicals are formation of peroxides which forms when it is present out, which gives a foul smell, stinking smell. Okay, that oil fats which are present by for preparation of that food material, it leads to that foul smell. So keeping food in the airtight containers helps to slow down this oxidation process and can prevent the food from becoming rancid. Hence chips are flushed with they are flushed with nitrogen gas to prevent the rancidity. Some few more preservatives also there which can stop the food from rancidity. The food grade antioxidants such as BHT. What is BHT? Butyrated hydroxytoluene. Okay, and another is BHA. It is also butyrated hydroxy anisole. These two are the effective antioxidants for stabilization of the edible fats and oils which are against the formation of oxidation products. Okay, they can use to prevent fats, oils and fats containing foods from becoming rancids. Okay, so these two are very much useful antioxidants such as food grades BHT, BHA, and propyl gallate is another, PG, propyl gallate. Okay, so the oxidation of food is also prevented by adding small quantity of permanent permitted synthetic antioxidants. These are permitted synthetic antioxidants, BHT, BHA and PG. BHT means butyrated hydroxytoluene, BHA means butyrated hydroxy anisole, and the third one is propyl gallate. These can be added to our foods. Flushing of food packets and food containers with nitrogen gas before sealing and packaging the foods in the nitrogen atmosphere also prevents the oxidation of food. Okay, so this is about the chemical reactions and equations. Hope you have understood this chapter clearly. If you have any doubts, regarding this, you can just write down in the comment section. जितना हो सके अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर करो बच्चों, फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर करो, लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल को. ओके, so subscribe my channel Vijaya Manorama Tutorials. Stay safe, stay healthy, be strong and be confident. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.